Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
And we're live. Hello, everybody, and good evening. We are now live with Kicking It with Cause and Gray Cloud. Boy, that was a mess up, and I do apologize. No insult intended.
It's wow. I understand. It's a rough first night that you got everything working.
Yep.
So all is forgiven.
Thank you very much. We are up and we are running, and good evening to all. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I hope that it's a wonderful pre-4th of July weekend for everybody. Anything special happening for you on 4th of July?
Maybe we'll see. I might be getting some hellions to entertain, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, that's cool. That's always a good thing to have the kids around.
Yeah, so it'll be we'll wait to see if that happens or not. So it'll be really nice, but there's a lot in the air. But no, other than that, it's probably going to be low key and enjoying America. Maybe find some fireworks.
Well, you're lucky enough on that. I'm in a county that does not allow fireworks.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but I'm pretty sure it'll happen anyway. I mean, they can be found, just saying.
Oh, yeah, well, unfortunately, people love to turn people in around here.
Really? That's so terrible. Well, that's because you're on the left coast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, my 4th of July, I'm actually going to be out at a military resort on a lake, and federal installation is not allowed to shoot off fireworks, but the private campgrounds across the lake and the private houses on the lake are, and every year I have gone there, I'll tell you what, they actually have dueling fireworks.
That's awesome.
Oh, I mean, it is fun. It goes back and forth. You see everything. I mean, it goes on for about 3 hours, too.
Yeah. So when I was out at Jiblam, yes. I went out to what the hell? I went out towards the ocean. I forget the name. Ocean something or other. And they had, I want to say, 5 or 6 different fireworks stands out there, and you could buy like fucking everything.
Oh.
And, yeah. We're talking mortars and everything. Not huge mortars, but man, they were mortars enough. So I ended up pulling my truck right out there on the sand, being smart, because I saw a handful of people who thought they were cool in their 4x4s get dug in. It was fantastic.
It sounds like it. I mean, I'd love to. I used to love to fire stuff like that when I lived in Colorado. Oh, our cul-de-sac would actually block off traffic, and then we would the whole cul-de-sac, we would actually just bring out our hoses, water down our lawns, and kaboom, 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 have all sorts of fun.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, it was a good time, kind of like what you said, everybody shooting a little bit of everything. And, it was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Well, and it's kind of, it's sad that people have spoiled it for us here and there. But unfortunately, people just don't know to use common sense rules. I mean, if you're going to fire off fireworks, go out there with the hose, spray down your lawn ahead of time, and have it available. So that way, something goes wrong, you got the hose, and make sure it's good and strong, so if it gets on the roof, there you go, down.
Hose it down, good and strong, hose it down.
Hey, whatever it takes. And that's something that you got to remember. This is common sense time, people. A few people spoiled it in my county. Don't let a few people spoil it in your county.
Yeah. And that's what sucks. It's if you can't. It sucks that a few people ruin it for everybody. But hey, after time in the military and whatnot, time in government, that's how it works, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, we get used to it, don't we? Oh, and for those of you who you've now see me, yes, I am Al. And no, I didn't. I was going to pull a joke and wear a beard and a wig of hippie hair and everything else, but it's too hot. But I wore my hippie shirt. I wore my tie-dye T-shirt. And yes, you can see I actually am a little different. I like yellow. Yellow is actually considered, since I am the spiritualist, yellow is considered the one healing energy out there that is known to help the spirit heal. Just for your knowledge and give you a little bit of my spiritual knowledge. But so that just so you know, yes, this is me, Gray Cloud. I don't have the neat features to bring him into the picture. Give me time. And
you won't see me anyway.
Oh, but then you and I can have some fun with it.
Yep.
Hey, I believe in having fun. Oh, what's going on? Al does have a face. Yes, I do have a face. The face of a shaman. The face of an old man.
Well, again, age is relative.
Yeah, if you talk to my doctors, I'm over 100 years old. If you talk to my wife, I have the maturity of a 9-year-old.
Oh, come on. Come on. I'd give you more credit than that. I'd say like at least a 13-year-old.
Oh, okay. Adolescence or puberty. Yeah, there you go. And for those of you, I'm going to explain, yes, I am a hyper person. Believe it or not, I do bounce a little bit. I fidget. That's why I've got some of the things that I do. You would not believe the way I have set up, so I can't kick anything. I can't bump anything. And you will see me move my hands because that's me. Mm-hmm. And Mr. Gray Cloud, he tends to be the mellow between the two of us.
When was the last time you heard my show?
All right. We both like to have our fun. All right, then between the three of us, Cause is the mellow one.
I'll give that.
So, anyway, this show is about being mellow, enjoying ourselves, and enjoying different things. Trying not to be political, to be informative on occasion, and just to have a good laugh or two. I hope we do that this evening, and I hope that you enjoy the show. I'm going to let Mr. Gray Cloud go to the first story.
Really?
Yup.
This seems like it's more up your alley with your shamanism and whatnot.
Oh, all right. I'll read it. And
No, do it. I'll start.
Okay,
God.
You start.
Put me on the spot. All right. So, an interesting story. I mean, I'm going to guess this story's out of Utah. Call it a hunch. 2 men with 29 wives and 160 children between them sentenced to house arrest following polygamy conviction.
Ouch.
Yeah, Winston Blackmore was found guilty last year of having 24 wives. He also has 149 grandchildren. Holy shit. It's a lot of kiddos. Two leaders of let's see here. Two leaders of a fundamentalist group who between them have 29 wives and 160 children were sentenced to house arrest on Tuesday after being convicted of polygamy. Winston Blackmore, 61, was found guilty last year of having 24 wives, while James Oler, 53, was found guilty of having 5 wives. Blackmore has 149 kids, the Star of Vancouver reported. Blackmore's 6-month conditional sentence to be served under house arrest allows him to go to work and deal with medical emergencies. Oler's term is 3 months of house arrest. Both face 12 months of probation. Blackmore was also ordered to perform 150 hours of community service work, while Oler must do 75. British Columbia Supreme Court Justice Sherry Ann Donegan said while both men were hardworking and otherwise law-abiding, a discharge by the court would have not been appropriate, given the gravity of their offenses. Some of the men's wives, for example, were as young as 15 when they were married.
Wow.
Yeah. Quote, he made it clear that no sentence will deter him from practicing his faith, the judge said of Blackmore. The concept of remorse is foreign to him in this context. Blackmore has defended polygamy to reporters in the past, but had trouble naming all of his wives in court, even forgetting one of their names. Luck on birthdays then, I guess, right?
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Quote, I'm guilty of living my religion, and that's all I'm saying today because I've never denied that, Blackmore told reporters last year after his conviction. The two men have been leaders in the Fundamentalist Church of Jesus of Latter-day Saints, which believes in plural marriage. They have both been part of the small community of Bountiful, a mountainous region in southeastern British Columbia. I bet you they have relatives in Utah.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Dozens of Blackmore supporters were in court and were upset when the sentence was read. Blackmore's lawyer had asked the judge to consider all possible sentences in the case, including an absolute discharge. The maximum sentence for polygamy under this region's criminal code is 5 years in prison.
Well, that is a lot. I'm sorry. I have one wife. I've been married 3 times, or I'm on my 4th marriage. I can't imagine 29 wives are. That is
between. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was say it's 29 wives between the two.
Yeah.
And 160 chitlins.
And I've actually, there's a show that I watch that actually delves into this. And
watch Sister Wives, don't you?
What?
You watch Sister Wives, huh?
No, it's actually called Escaping Polygamy.
Oh.
And they actually talk about the group that's down in Utah. And the stuff that they talk about, the fact that there's actually a lot of abuse in these groups. That's how they keep the kids in line. That's how they keep the wives in line. They're actually, a lot of them are millionaires and billionaires because they get the wives to work for them and they run their own little companies.
Wow.
And I mean, the funny part, I have one wife. I love her to death. She is not high maintenance. I have had high maintenance wives. I can't imagine more than one, let alone, if you split it down the middle, you're talking one of them is running with 15, one of them is running with 14. That is a lot of wives. And you have to go to each house, or to one house a night and circle around. And you have to keep a little thing saying, okay, this wife is this one. These kids are of her. Whoa.
Yeah, I can't. That's a lot to deal with.
Exactly.
Like you said, the only way it makes sense that they'd be millionaires and billionaires, because that's a lot of money to be doling out to take care of all those kids and all those wives.
Exactly, right? And I'm looking in the chat and everybody's going, whoa, Nell. Yeah, imagine the bathroom. You have to write in a reservation, right?
No shit. It's like a scene out of Family Guy.
Yeah. I can imagine. Put a little post up there with the time spread, and you write, a little grease pen, and you write in, and you go down and you check when you go in, so then the next person knows they're up.
And if you miss that window, you're SOL.
Exactly. Oh, can you imagine? Especially the little kids. I gotta go.
It'd be like the one house that you need more bathrooms and bedrooms.
Think about stuff like that makes me. It definitely. I can't imagine what it would be through. Yeah, you can imagine going to a movie though, or going out for a family night out.
You couldn't.
Yeah, I mean,
well, okay. In theory, you could have the one guy could have one family night a day for every month.
Yeah,
that's what he could do. Just rotate between them, apparently.
Yeah, and then, I mean, and then can you imagine Christmas?
No, I cannot.
I know. I've looked. I actually, like I said, I watched that one show, and it has a lot of. It's very informative, and they actually try to help people who realize the situation they're in and they want a different life. Not only the girls who get caught in it, because they will actually get married. I think they've said as early as 12.
Oh, wow.
Here in the United States. And only one out of all those wives is actually married to them. The rest of them, they're married by the church, but not by the state.
Right. So it's a spiritual bondage or whatever.
Exactly.
Right.
And so
therefore it's legal, I guess.
It's legal only because they aren't really married, and the downside to it is a lot of these women, yes, they're working for their husbands, they make money, but then they also have been taught how to work the system as far as welfare. So since they're not married, they receive welfare. Great, huh?
Yeah.
But no, what comes up a lot is there's usually a lot of abuse. And that's the girls want to get out of there because they are put in their place. If you don't do what you're supposed to, that husband doesn't even think twice. He does whatever. They even have little camps they send them to if they're too rebellious.
A camp?
A camp that the group runs.
Interesting.
Yeah, Alex, bondage is the operative word here. Yeah, you got to wonder. But I thought that one kind of, I can't imagine. I pay attention to my wife. I enjoy being with my wife. We hold hands. I can't imagine having to look at my calendar. Okay, today I'm going to such and such. She has these kids. Okay, think. Remember the names.
Shit. Just like it was in court. I don't have my Rolodex, Your Honor. So I'm just going to kind of wing it here.
Yeah, exactly.
And hope for the best.
And then imagine trying to name all your kids.
Well, there's a whole book with like 20,000 names or some shit you can have.
No, I mean as far as trying to remember their names because.
Oh yeah. Oh, again, Rolodex.
Oh yeah, exactly. So.
Oh, and thank God for smartphones.
Yeah.
Hold on here.
Okay, today's calendar is such and such, and okay, and here's this. This day is this, and she has these kids, and okay, I remember this one. Okay, I need to bump into this one, and I mean, jeez.
Just use your map function. Your location has been updated too, and these are the people you're associated with here.
Exactly right.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I had to put that one out there, folks, because you have to admit, polygamy is not funny in and of itself because again, the circumstances that they put these people through, not funny.
No.
But the thought of having more than one wife, I'm lucky. I have a wife that she actually says, you need to take care of yourself. You don't have to worry about me. I mean, wow, how many guys out there have had to deal with, I'm not going to get into it because I'll probably get my butt chewed out. But, it's one of those things it makes you think and you go, how was he pulling that off? Right? But that was the first story I thought would be fun. Moving along to the second story, and since you read the first one, I'll read the second one.
Woohoo!
This is a follow-up to a story we had about a month ago on Kicking It With Cause. Unbearable smelling passenger that causes plane's emergency landing. He actually died from tissue necrosis. A man that caused a Transavia flight from the Spanish island of Gran Canaria to make an emergency landing in Portugal has died from tissue necrosis. The male passenger now identifies as Russian rock musician Andrei Sukhalin. Allegedly smelled so strongly that others on the flight began fainting and vomiting once the plane took off from Schiphol Airport in the Netherlands. Several passengers said the smell was unbearable and the man was unwashed. The 58 reportedly had contracted infection while on vacation in Canary Islands that caused his body tissue to die, resulting in odor. Okay, the story goes on, and I could get into a lot of it. The gist is, we talked about this story about a month ago. And the reason I'm bringing the follow-up is, okay, it was funny, but at the same time sad. Everybody thought it was body odor. It was necrosis. The guy actually got it on while he was out on vacation. I'm using this as a public service announcement. People, when you go on vacation, be careful. 2, if you have problems, don't be afraid to get in and get it looked at. Death happens so easily. You could sit there and you can think, hey, it's a new world, it's a new age, an age of technology. Everything's so easy to get to. Things still happen. People still die. And an infection that he got overseas on vacation killed him. 6 weeks. Something to think about. And I'm bringing this up also because I've been getting a lot of traffic as a shaman, people talking to me here and there. And the one thing that always comes up is I'm getting overwhelmed because my brother and my sister or my dad or my mother, they need these things going and they need me. And I just, and the first thing I say is, what are you doing to help you? And they're like, but that's not the problem. No, that may be the problem, is you're forgetting to take care of you. There's an old saying, again, I was a psychiatric specialist in the military, and I was a medic. The one thing I preached and others preached, healer, heal thyself. Because if you are not at your best, how can you do your best for those that count on you? That's my public service announcement for the evening. Mm-hmm. I wanted to bring that up because, come on, we were just talking about this. I didn't look back, but I think it was less than a month ago. And the dude died of an infection. He didn't even know he had it. And all of a sudden, boom, he's dead. It doesn't take anything. People don't think about that. I've kind of hinted, I don't know if I've told my story to those in the audience, but people, I was given a warning of death because my health 3.5 years ago, had you seen me 3.5 years ago, you wouldn't even recognize me. I was pale, greenish, sickly, couldn't walk, could barely talk. I would be coughing, hacking, every other sentence because my lungs were giving out, because I was catching pneumonia constantly, because I had no immune system. They were saying I was very close to death. One more time, bye-bye. One more time with pneumonia, bye-bye. They couldn't help me. Antibiotics wouldn't help me. Nothing was going to help me. And guess what? I figured it out. I paid attention to myself. That's something I want to remind you guys of. Pay attention to yourself. And if someone points something out, take it into consideration. Doesn't mean everybody's right. But it doesn't mean they're wrong either. So take it into consideration. Think about it. You know, you hear me talking to Gray Cloud about what we're going to be doing for 4th of July. Okay, we're doing something to get out, to put a smile on our face. I actually do things to disconnect. So does Gray Cloud. He likes to go out and he likes to golf. I personally, I go out and camp. It's a disconnect. My electronics, I have no computers with me. I have my phone and I put that somewhere where I check. I can't hear it. I can only check on it every so often. Otherwise, my wife and I go out for walks, hold hands, and just remember that we love each other and that we're healthy and we're here with each other. Sometimes you have to remember that, folks. And yeah, you're right. Joe Crap, the solution to necrosis, roll call. Yeah. Thanks, Guy. For those of you that don't know, I own a diesel truck. He and I give a hard time to each other about the fact that diesel trucks, you can sit there and really hit the engine and get smoke going. As far as Ari, go ahead.
I say, how old is your truck? If you can just hit the accelerator and get roll coal.
Oh no! Oh, if you it's not about the age; it's about what you have on it.
Oh,
I actually have a tuner on mine.
Mm-hmm.
If you put my tuner to 0, no coal, no smoke. Mm-hmm. You put my tuner up to 5, I am gonna smoke anything and everything out behind me.
See, I had a tuner on mine, and I still didn't have that issue.
Well, how long ago was that?
Let's see here. I had my tuner on. Let's see, mine's a 16.
Oh.
So I had my tuner on a couple months ago, and I took it off because I had to take it in for some warranty work.
Oh, yeah. You have to be careful on that.
I haven't put it back on yet.
Okay, was it a plug-in? Was it a... Oh, hold it. Yeah. Was it an actual, it's on all the time, or was it the type that plugged in through the port?
No, on all the time. It plugged. It basically controlled my fuel injectors.
See, different companies go through different ways. I actually use. I'm not advertising, so I'm not gonna say the company, but I use a company that's well established, and it's known for its power. It's just, you're going to get some smoke. But you're going to get the power that you wanted also. No doubt about it. Go ahead.
Hey, Joe, in Facebook Live, what do you know about Chevelles?
He loves Chevelles. That's his car right now.
Just curious what he has, because I have a 68 Chevelle SS.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into vehicle talk here for just a second here.
No, I was just curious. Oh, he has an LS Swap 70.
Nice.
See,
okay, I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
So yours isn't a true 138 car then, is what you're telling me. Mine is.
And for you to understand, I have a 1998 and a half. The first 24 valve Cummins.
Did you just throw half in there?
You have to, actually, because the 1998 was the 12 valve. The 1998 and a half was the first 24 valve.
Ah.
That's the difference.
Is that the 5.9 still?
Yeah, still the 5.9. Less electronics than the 2003.
Okay.
And I have had people offer me twice and 3 times what it's worth just for the engine because of the lack of electronics.
Yeah. Is that the C block you have then?
No.
No, it's not the C code block.
No, I don't have the one that likes to crack.
No, the C block was the stronger block.
Okay, then it is. I know it's the stronger one because I know that was my issue when I bought it. The first thing I said is, okay, is this the one that is known for cracking at 150,000 miles?
Yeah, no, there was 3 blocks that Cummins was building at that time, and I want to say it was a C block, or I think that's the code that was designated as, was the strongest of the 3 blocks.
Yeah.
That's the block to have. So if you got that block, dude, yeah, people would want to pay you money for just the block alone.
Well, I have the block, and then I have the transmission. I have the 6-speed.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I have prototype stuff on it that actually makes it so that my engine never gets over 200 degrees.
Well, most modern engines don't get over 200 degrees. I'm just saying.
When you're pulling, yeah, they do.
Wow, no, I haven't pulled anything with mine yet. I could probably relocate a riverbank if I needed to. Just saying.
Oh yeah, the trucks are strong. Normally the temps go up. I'm actually twin turboed on top of it.
Yeah, something I'd like to do, but I don't think there's enough room in mine.
You know, believe it or not, usually there is. The problem is it kills your warranty.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I'll wait till the warranty's done before I do anything else.
When you're done with your warranty, you need to do the delete kit, and then you can put in things like twin turbos.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's secondary turbo is coming. I gotta get through warranty, which is 100,000, 7 years, 100,000 miles.
Yeah.
Got a hot minute.
a little whiles away. Anyway, enough truck top. I hope we haven't bored anybody to death. I'll let you be the kick up for number 3.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
All right, hold on. Necrosis, Boeing 7. Oh, here we go. Okay. Wow. Man blames dog for driving during traffic stop in Martin County.
And that's Florida.
A man pulled over during a traffic stop told state troopers his dog was doing the driving. His dog. The case began about 11:30 p.m. May 16th as Florida Highway Patrol troopers traveled south on Interstate 95, passing Becker Road. An arrest report states. Investigators say a Nissan sedan entered I-95 from Becker Road and into one of the troopers' pass. One of the troopers stopped the Nissan after noticing it drifting and traveling at least 15 miles an hour less than the 70-mile-an-hour speed limit, among other things. Investigators reported smelling booze from the vehicle's interior. The driver, identified by troopers as Scott Allen Garrett, 56, looked for his license for several minutes but couldn't find it. Investigators saw a license and a wallet on the passenger seat. Next to the wallet was a bottle of 92 proof Sailor Jerry spiced rum.
Oh boy.
A trooper pointed to the wallet and Garrett struggled to get the license out. He said he wasn't sure where he was coming from. Eventually, he said he left his girlfriend's home. Garrett, who wasn't wearing shoes, said his girlfriend pissed him off, quote unquote, and they quarreled about his dog. Garrett said his dog was driving, a feat that could be considered problematic for even accomplished canines, such as Scooby-Doo, Rin Tin Tin, or Old Yeller. Still, a slew of recent Subaru commercials feature dogs driving, so it may be possible. Troopers evidently thought Garrett was barking up the wrong tree with the designated dog driver explanation. A trooper asked Garrett how many drinks he consumed. Quote, a bunch of drinks, he said. Garrett participated in field sobriety exercise before troopers arrested him on a DUI charge. Wow. His BAC count measured at 0.252 and 0.248, greater than 3 times the legal limit of 0.08. That's impressive.
Wow. You gotta love it, right? I saw this when we're a lot of times we do what we call Florida man stories. Well, this is an actual Florida man. Yeah, Ross is saying, did they let the dog drive this vehicle home? Oh my gosh, gotta love it. The people not taking responsibility is endless in the excuses. I mean, I'm not that quick. I have to say, I'm not that quick. Would you have been able to think of something like that quick?
No. But my question is, did he actually put the dog in the driver's seat?
You know, that would have been.
I mean, that would have been much gooder had he actually put the dog into the driver's seat and strapped him in with the seatbelt. I'm just saying. 'Cause then at least you have a little bit of probability at that point.
A little bit of, see, it happened.
It happened. Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. Oh, hilarious. Oh.
This is the first dog. You know, the market would be amped if you could get a service dog to drive.
You know, I thought about it, and what animal is actually capable of driving is a monkey.
Well,
you have to have thumbs.
Well,
you know, you got to be able to put your hand around and actually turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on. People do all kinds of weird things without thumbs. People use the palm of their hand to drive all the time.
I'll give you that one, and they actually do now have the things that you can, for those who are disabled, the wristband that goes around, and then you can actually clicks into an attachment on your steering wheel, so you can actually use your wrist to turn the steering wheel.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll give you that one. Oh God, we're actually talking about possibly trying to get a dog to drive.
That's awesome. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Holy shit.
Joe saying we're still pushing for service honey badgers.
Yeah. That's Ice. He's all about service honey badger.
Yeah, you know, I can yeah.
Yep, totally.
You can see why I had to put that story in there. I mean, come on. Just the ludicrousness of it. It's too much fun.
It's yeah, about that.
Yeah, you know, I gave you the picture that I put up. It gives you something to sit there and go, you know, how many people out there wonder about this stuff? Because, like they said, they actually have those Nissan commercials. Shoot, they have those gerbils, the rapping gerbils that drive, right?
Oh my God, that's a Kia commercial. That's old school.
But people actually think, I'm going to use that as an excuse. Ruh-roh. Oh. Excuse me. That is my hack. Okay. Well, you know, enough for the fun on that one. I'll go on to story number 4 for this hour. Clearwater man caught. Oh God, here it is. Clearwater man caught masturbating tells officers he's Captain Kirk. Another Florida man story.
Jesus, Clearwater.
Police say a man caught masturbating at a Clearwater bus stop told them he was Captain Kirk. Clearwater police were called to a bus stop on Gulf to Bay Boulevard around 11:20 a.m. Monday for a report of a lewd and lascivious act. Responding, officers say they found a man sitting on a bench touching himself under his shorts. In an arrest report, police noted it was obvious the man was masturbating. When officers asked what he was doing, the man told them, "I'm scratching myself." After the man was arrested for disorderly conduct, police asked him to ID himself. The arrest report states the man told police his name was James Tiberius Kirk. I'm out there doing this for you, Ice. The full name of the fictitious character Captain Kirk from Star Trek. Police say they later discovered the man's real name is James Bundrick. The 56-year-old is now also facing a charge for providing a false name or identity to law enforcement. There you go, Ice. I thought of this story. I thought of it for you.
Hold on. First of all, I want to know why you thought about Ice and this story being connected.
I know he's a Star Wars fan, but I also know he likes Star Trek. Hey, you gotta take the fun when you can get it, right?
Mm-hmm. I figured you were insinuating that Ice was
the old man.
Stop now.
No, I'm not insinuating he's the old man doing the nasty in a bus stop. He's not out yet. Give him time. He'll be that vagrant soon enough. Excuse me. Soon enough where he'll be walking around pushing a cart, pandering, saying, for the alimony, for the alimony.
But no, Ice does not get a red shirt. I think Ice gets a gold shirt or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Ice to chime in any moment also. I'm waiting for who knows what from him.
No, it's yeah.
Excuse me again.
Quit coughing over there, Jesus.
Well, that's the unfortunate part. My lungs are still healing. Just because I'm doing better doesn't mean I'm optimal. But no, I come on, people. And I have to say, I don't think that quick. How can you just all of a sudden come up with, I'm James Tiberius Kirk?
Well, he could have been, well, okay, let's face it. He might not be quick. He could have been on whatever.
Well, but so I'm sorry. Personally, okay, when someone catches me doing something I ain't supposed to be doing, the first thing I'm going is that deer in the headlight. I'm not a good liar. I'm really not a good liar. You want to know how you caught me in a lie? Deer in the headlight. I cannot lie for the life of me when it comes to stuff like, and I don't think quick. It's just one of those, I've fashioned my lifestyle the way I prefer to be as a shaman, which means if you have to lie, lies take energy and lies take memory. And when I'm in pain, I can't always remember. And when I'm in pain, I don't have the energy. So I decided if I think I have to lie, go back to rule number 1. I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. But that's kind of the reason I had to bring these stories in, is the fact that people were. This guy had to have been drunk or something.
Yeah. Come on, to James T. Kirk. Well, it fits his age demographic. Come on.
Hey, watch it. Oh, age Jim. I'm 50. I'm 1 year behind that old man.
Oh, okay. Well, but I'm just saying it fits your demographic.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, okay. As far as the James Tiberius cat, okay, I'll go with that part. Jeez. But still, the fact that he was people that are able to just all of a sudden come on. I have watched people come so off the cuff with in detail stories. It's like, were you thinking of when you were breaking or doing what you know you're not supposed to? Were you thinking of the story you were going to use if you get caught? Are you planning that far ahead, or are you just that? I don't know. so heads up that you can come up with an in-depth, detailed story that quick? I don't know.
It depends on a lot. Situational dependent, maybe even.
Oh. Oh. And yes, I'm watching. You're not trying hard enough, Al. The E4 Mafia has worn off on you. No.
That's terrible.
Yeah. I was a part of the E4 Mafia for, I could say, maybe a year. I had the mentality. But then life changes. And I ended up going up and down the sergeant ranks, and I do say up and down. Sometimes we stand on our values, and when we stand on our values, we lose rank from it. Anyway, I think we're going to try one more story, and this one is yours.
Oh. Oh my God. I can't believe this national contest every year. Oh, all right. Zaza. The English Bulldog wins world's ugliest dog title. A 9-year-old English Bulldog was named the winner of the 2018 World's Ugliest Dog Contest in the San Francisco Bay Area. Zaza won the title Saturday night at the Sonoma Marion Fairgrounds. Wow. In Petaluma? It's California, so nobody cares. The dog's owner, Megan Brainerd of Onaca, Minnesota, will receive $1,500 for Zaza's wins. Brainerd found Zaza on a pet fighting site according to the contest bio.
Oh, jeez.
Dogs in the annual competition flaunt their imperfections. Some have hairless bodies, others have lolling tongues. The dogs and their handlers walk down a red carpet. The dogs are evaluated by a panel of judges. The contestants included a black-headed covered Chinese crested Dachshund mutt, a bulldog mix with excess wrinkly skin, and a Pekingese named Wild Thang. My God. Last year's winner was a 125-pound gentle giant named Martha, and a Napolitan Mastiff with gas and a droopy face.
Oh, God.
The contest is in its 30th year. It is usually held on Friday nights, but organizers moved it to the competition to Saturday in an effort to draw a bigger audience. What the hell?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
There's an actual competition out there for the world's ugliest dog. And I thought for sure you'd use your English accent since Zaza was of English descent.
I don't have an English accent.
Oh, we need to develop your accents. You know, your southern style and all that fun stuff.
No, y'all.
Can you imagine? I mean, it's sad that people actually take pride in bringing in their animals to see who's the ugliest. I mean, I have to admit that wasn't exactly cute. And if you ask me, I've seen some, what are they, Chihuahuas? The ones with the eyes go like this and their tongues hang out and But who knows, right? I mean, there are dog lovers out there for every dog, I swear.
Yes, there are.
And it's not about how they look, but the fact that they're willing to come to your feet and smell your stinky feet after work and love you for it.
And even lick them sometimes.
And lick them and then sit there and, look at you like you are the end-all, be-all of their earth and their world. And not care if you fart, not care if you do crappy. Hell, you can be swearing at him as long as you're smiling and talking like this. They'll be happy with you.
Who talks like that to their dog?
You know, I've seen people like that. Kind of disgusted me. But I've seen people like that. Oh, that part, I see that all the time. Makes me sick. It's like, at least talk to them like a toddler, where you're not going like this. You're at least talking to them like this.
Uh-huh. What's it like talking to your dog while you look in the mirror?
I don't talk to my dog while I'm looking in the mirror. I don't have a dog.
Oh, that's terrible.
I have cats.
Oh, that's even worse.
Oh, now, I like cats for the simple fact, dogs, they depend on you for happiness. The dogs will actually die of loneliness if you pass away. Dogs can't take care of themselves if you say, can't get away from work right on time. You're going to find a mess. With cats, they do love you. They will let you know they love you, but their existence does not hinge on you, and they don't need you to go potty. I can appreciate this.
Cats are evil.
I didn't say they weren't.
Good fried rice.
You have to think like a toddler when you have a cat, because a toddler will look for anything and everything, every loophole that there is out there, just to have fun. So you have to think about that loophole before them. Oh my!
They're evil and taste good with fried rice.
Well, on that note, we are getting close. You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and go to break. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. And people, I want to let you know, the last song before break is over is a new song coming in. I hope you like it. I'm just letting you know it's out there so you don't think that something's gone wrong. With that, I say shots.
Shots.
Hungry for another taste. You stumble around the time you waste, and your table's overturned. Sooner or later you crash, then you burn. I think I wanna die tomorrow. Are you gonna be with me? I think I wanna die tomorrow.
man's life with my own eyes and seen him die with my own hand. Situations you or I, I'm involuntary suicide. For the mission, lost my wife, cause my mind's a blurry vision. Fuck it, who am I? Millions of people die cause of fucking religion. Fuck yo, got fucked the flock, and most of all, motherfuckers children. That blast blew me on my ass, I cried as women and babies were burning. Envision your livelihood surviving through those people hurting. I gave my life to pay the price, say goodnight to the nightmares that haunt me till the day my soul has lost its light. 20 years old, popping shots for Uncle Sam, couldn't even drink legally, but I got all this.
Yeah. Every morning seems just the same old routine. Blowing trees, writing these bars, line after line, mining for a diamond, but a dime is what I find. Hiding from the truth by simply coasting through these hard times with green, even though I'm feeling blue. But I gotta face the facts, girl, you know that it's true. And maybe what I'm supposed to do is not to get so close to you. But these days the only things that seem great are fading away, and the only time I feel home is when I'm alone or far away. But the road call says the wind blows, 10 missed calls on my flip phone, so it stays closed. Staring out my window while my mind slowly goes off into my headphones, hoping that the dough will be worth it for the show, but who knows? Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Man, day after day, it's just the same old thing. Working class life, and yes, it surely will bring a food to the table and a roof when it rains. But for the most part, you're just doing the same thing. A part of a machine with the ball and a chain. You try to be happy, yet all you feel is pain. It's a shame to use your brain and know that some will never change. But if insanity's the game, then you can take my hand and play. Life has a rhythm that I ride to, and you can come along if you would like to. And I can show you what it's like to walk in my shoes, to learn how to love just like I do. Look me in the eye and you will find truth. I'm testifying to the lying in my mic booth. And you're hating on me cause I ain't like you, and I ain't like you. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change. Yo, my life is like a movie that nobody's producing. I write the music but nobody is moving, cause don't nobody care, and everyone's confused till the characters change and never reaching a conclusion. And I don't know if I'll make it to the end, cause all I know is after we begin, the wind shifts us in many different directions, like the pen lifts up off the paper, disconnected from anything we can feel, hear and see. And the words that I write mean something more than just to me. It's amazing that we've all grown accustomed to change, cause we can rearrange a pattern that's always been ingrained. They want us to grow up and stop acting how we want, but if you tell me I can't do something, I'll make sure it gets done. Yeah, let's go and roll it up, blow it all away. No sense in growing up, we laugh like kids all day, and there's nothing you can say that will ever make us change. No, we're never gonna change.
And we're back. That was a nice song that some local people here, friends of mine, came up with. It's called Never Change. If you like it, let me know. And hopefully I can get someone, because I actually put it in one of the rooms, can tag it and put it up for y'all. It's actually a very good song. And I like I said, I hope you liked it. So we are back. Yeah, I was dancing while all that was going on. I love that song. It's mellow. Anyway,
mellow, huh?
It's funny because they brought in a little bit of old big band music, but at the same time they brought in rap. And I think, quite honestly, it came together pretty nice. Just my opinion. What do I know, right? Oh, and welcome everybody into the room. Hello, Ashley. It's good to see you. Hello, Casey. Hey, Tim. Hello, Mr. Branco. It's good to see all of you. I hope all of you are in a good mood tonight. I hope we have a good evening. Let's enjoy our evening. Let's keep it all together, right? While we're talking, you know what? I think let's go ahead and move into our number 6 story. And this one's on me, so here we go. Okay, this is kind of weird. Neighbors perplexed by shark in Texas road. Residents of a Texas neighborhood were left scratching their heads when they discovered a 2-foot-long shark next to the curb of a road. Some LaPorte residents theorized the black-tipped shark discovered at the side of the residence road was washed up by heavy rainfall. But others said the big fish must have been dumped by some irresponsible fisherman. Can you imagine if people could even sit there and think that the rains were that bad? And if you look at the road, you can see that the water level had gone up enough. Who knows? I don't know where this place is. Who knows? Maybe a shark made it inland.
Sharknado.
I mean, that's weird. The mystery went viral when a resident posted a photo of the abandoned predator on Facebook.
Abandoned? Making it sound like a pet.
Yeah, really? Right? Well, it had rained. I thought the gutters rose up. The gutters rose up and shark came up, but I'm pretty sure someone caught it and put it here, said another person. Davis suggested the shark may have been intentionally dumped as a prank to make residents think it had come from the overflowing drains.
Oh, I'd do that. I'm just saying.
I mean, right. The pranking behind this.
I mean, it's great, right? Or you do it after really, if it's a good storm with a lot of heavy wind. Then you throw it in somebody's yard.
Yeah, I mean...
Then they know Sharknado is real.
I didn't even think that's good.
Sharknado is coming for you. More movies about it.
But I mean, you just sit there, even people to think that possibly it could have come out of your drainage. I mean, the water, and I've seen rainstorms on the coast, and depending on how their sewage system's set up and everything else, water can backflow up and everything else. You sit there going, but for a shark to make it through all that, you're right, Sharknator. Sharknado. What's that? Is it a cow? Oh, crap!
It's that movie Twister.
Oh, yeah. Cow.
We've got flying cows.
Oh, God. Mind you, twisters are nothing to laugh at. I come from the Midwest. I know twisters are not necessarily something you laugh at, but you have to laugh at it, or it just gets you down. And I think that's part of what I try to point out here is things aren't always funny, but you have to have a sense of humor. So, the choice. What is your choice? Smile, laugh, or be the media?
Wow. You really want to get fired up on that right now? Because I can pull up a story or three right now. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, Quasi Marker, I'm sorry to hear you hit a cow. That's not good. Yeah, you were going about 50. Oh, that did some damage, bud. Yep. Quasi Marker's in the mixer. And he said he hit a cow today. Ooh, baby.
It's gotta hurt a lot.
Oh, that did some damage to you and your truck and the cow. Whew.
Oh yeah, it did. It was,
my wife. Go ahead.
I was saying, if he acted fast enough, he might have been able to save it for some delicious meat. That's not always the case when those things happen.
No. I mean, that's the sad part about when you have a roadside oops. Yeah, that isn't always. You're just happy to be moving. I got in when I was pulling RVs professionally. I was in Pennsylvania going down a mountain, and deer jumped out. I hit the tail end. Right?
I'm sure it did jump out, right?
Oh,
yeah. Well, I'm going to swerve at this motherfucker.
You're always told to swerve towards the butt because there's a chance they may be able to get past you. So I hit the butt. Well, it went on to hit two other cars.
Oh, wow.
And took them out. I pulled over to check the damage. The other cars, they were dead in the road, and they had antifreeze fluid all over the road. Airbags had been deployed.
Yep.
And nobody. It was in the middle of the night. Nobody was on the road. And I didn't have room in my truck. I said, well, is anybody hurt? No. Well, I don't have any reception. Y'all don't have any reception. If you want, you can jump in the back of my truck, and the nearest town is 5 miles away. And they jumped in the back of my truck, and I pulled into the nearest gas station. And, luckily, the only thing it really did is it bent a little bit of my quarter panel and didn't even knock out the light.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was lucky.
Yep.
I've been lucky enough, knock on wood. I have not had a hit since then.
Yeah, and so when I travel to and from class all the time.
Yeah.
So you see them all the time. I've had a couple of close calls.
Oh.
Where they're walking across the highway.
Oh, yeah.
Just kind of meandering. And it's only because of the time of day I'm traveling, right? So
yeah.
They're out there and whatnot. The one I remember, though, is it was starting to come onto the highway, and the car in front of me, so I got lucky. So the car in front of me clipped it, right? So I saw the buck spin around, and it snapped its antler on the back half of the car.
Oh.
I literally saw the antler skid across the highway. Oh. Like the one half of the rack go skidding across the highway. The buck just kind of hung out for a hot minute, and then that's the last I saw of him as I passed him.
Well, this is a public service announcement. This is my experience driving trucks. Dawn and dusk. That is when the animals will, especially deer, that's when they like to move. And I know this because like I said, I used to pull RVs, and I'd be on the road, and in certain states, when dawn or dusk came around, you could see glowing eyes along the road. And all you're doing is going, oh God, no, not now, not now. Time to pull over. For the next hour, I'm pulling over.
No, because it becomes a 158-pound, 185-pound projectile at that point if you hit it right.
Oh, exactly.
And if you have depending on your vehicle style, there's a good chance it's coming through your windshield.
Oh yeah. Well, the worst place I ever had it happen. I was up in Canada, and they have a national park that has an interstate running through it, and I was coming back, and there had been a forest fire, so I'd already been a little twitchy because all the animals were running across the road.
Right.
And then it also slowed me down, so I didn't hit the national park when I wanted to.
Gotcha.
And I'm driving along, and all I see, it's kind of like those reflectors on the mile markers on the road. It was solid for 20 miles.
Yeah.
I mean, I just one after the other, after the other, after the other. And the whole time I'm just sitting there going, there's no place I can pull over. There's no passing area. You're not supposed to pull over on the shoulders.
Right.
So I'm just sitting there going, I'm dead meat. I made it. I got out of there. A buddy of mine was an hour behind me because he got caught behind the closure because of the fire. And he said he ended up pulling over after the first mile because at that point he said they wouldn't stop. And he pulled over for a good 2 hours before it finally calmed down. So that is your public service announcement for the evening. If you feel like going out and driving during certain times of the year, think about dusk and dawn.
And hit the ass end of the deer.
Oh, yes, and turn towards the ass end of the deer. Because deers are not likely to turn around when they normally, when they go for it, they go for it. Just saying. Hey, Cause, how you doing? I hope the house stuff is going good. I hope your day went great, which I know it should have.
You know what? You don't have to butter up to him that much.
Oh, no.
He's let the broadcast just deal with it.
Oh, I'm not buttering up. I know he had a good day planned today, and I really was excited for him. So I hope he had a good evening. I really do. I hope it went as good as he was hoping it was going to go. So, just saying, hey.
He does lots of work accomplished today. Well, that's all in the eye of the beholder. All those words, lots and work and accomplished. And even today, it's all in the eye of the beholder what today is.
This is true. This is very true. Okay, the next story, I was thinking of Miss Minx.
Oh Lord, I saw this. I thought, you know what? That was funny because I thought, oh, this should be a story for Tuesday.
So I'm going to let you read this.
Oh, thanks. I love it. All right. So if you're into cool, weird things, there's a bondage boat apparently. Hundreds of leather-clad Germans set sail for the world's largest floating fetish festival. One night, come on. The one-night trip on the torture ship sees participants dressed in an array of bondage gear travel from, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that, to its destination in Konstanz, Germany. Okay. Friedrich Schaffen. There, I tried it. There you go. This weekend, hundreds of latex-loving Germans set sail for a floating fetish boat party. The torture ship is the world's largest party for fans of BDSM and takes place aboard a moving barge, which has set sail across Lake Constance on the Germany-Switzerland border every summer for the past 22 years. 500 people attended the event as participants flaunted an impressive array of bondage gear, including gimp masks and figure-hugging corsets.
500 people took part in this.
500. Other outrageous attire included leather skirts, horse masks, and revealing leather chaps accompanied with whips and chains. The one-night trip, which costs, it's not bad, €65 per ticket. It's probably about $75 or so.
Yep.
Set sail from Friedrich Schaffen to his destination in Konstanz, a historic medieval town in southern Germany. Oh, that's perfect.
Right? In a medieval town of all places they're going to.
A large crowd of onlookers witnessed the intriguing spectacle from the safety of the shoreline as it set off from its port.
Oh my goodness. There you go, Minx.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to have a sense of humor, and if whatever you're into is whatever you're into, whatever you're into. And as far as what was that red thing, that was a GIMP mask for you, Casey. You hear and see a lot of things, especially when working in psych. So I hear about stuff like this all the time. I was actually stationed over in Europe, and I actually heard about that cruise. Had it started? It was in its infancy.
Years ago, it could have been that. It could have been. Well, no, because I'd been probably halfway through your career, right?
30 years ago, it was
20.
If I do the math, oh God, asking me to do math. No, I hadn't been in Europe, but I had heard talks of, it was actually on a smaller boat back then. This actually became a actual annual event, became big. They actually got the whole big boat, got enough people for the big boat. Before it was actually a small boat. And I actually remember that.
Do you? How, pray tell, do you remember?
Because I remember it being posted as a joke on one of our event boards. And everybody had to stop and look and go, oh my. I mean, come on. You have to just sit there and think how many of these people, and they're going to a medieval town afterwards. A medieval town, which probably means a medieval castle. And who wouldn't want at that point to act out in a medieval setting?
Right, because that makes so much sense.
I mean, come on. What people do, what people do to entertain their lives.
Mm-hmm.
I having worked in psych, you hear all sorts of things. People explain all sorts of things to you and the reason they do them. And the whole time you're trying to wrap your brain around it.
And castles have dungeons. Yes.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they have. They do have dungeons. Oh, but can you imagine 500 people all set? I mean, you know that they were days before they were getting ready for that one day. Anything went on that boat. And then they're getting into this town. They didn't say how long they were that people were signing up to stay in the town.
Mm-hmm. I guess that'd be like you could like open up a hotel or something there and own it for a night.
Well, and from experience, I was stationed over in Europe. A lot of castles, you can pay to stay overnight.
Yeah, I know.
And, well, gee, like was mentioned by a cause knowing, of course, about the dungeons. Who's to say they didn't say, hey, I don't need a room. How much for the dungeon? Come on. Just, hey, think about it. you know, go to the security guard. You can look the other way. You know, here's a 100 marks, 200 marks. Hey, look the other way.
Wait, hold on. The marks. Wow.
I know. Euro. Yeah, Euro.
When did you just date yourself? I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I dated myself.
The mark has been used in a hot minute there. Oh man.
You know, these guys love to give me a hard time. That's the reason the tie-dye shirt, everybody. Excuse me. They call me the old hippie. They call me the hippie. I'm far from hippie. I'm a spiritualist, but I take it as a compliment because you got to have fun. And hippie style, I'm not lazy. I don't just sit around and do drugs. I'm not Chong, man. I'm not Cheech. But I do have fun. I do believe in smiling. I believe in taking it easy. So, tie-dye t-shirt. I did have a beard and a wig, but it's too hot tonight. So, if I could get away with it, but my mic would not appreciate it, and you'd be hearing it in the background, I would have a fan on right now. Just saying. So, upwards and onwards, as they say. And hey, if anybody wants next year, well, gee, Minx talks about going on the 80s boat. Maybe she needs to look into this boat too.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more logistics involved with that, like passport and visa and, you know, airfare and shit like that.
I understand, but you know, it's only one night. Then the motels. It might balance out a little, because I mean, like you said, $75 for an overnight ticket.
Oh no, that's the ticket for the boat ride.
Oh, I know. So you know, by the time you spend the airfare to get over there, and then you have a motel set up at least 1 or 2 nights ahead of time, and then maybe a dungeon or two the night after, maybe it'll even out.
Maybe.
Who knows? Something for you to look into, Minx. Oh. Yes, Joe, a spiritualist with a sense of humor. Hey, I served in the military. I was an NCO in the military. I have a warped sense of humor like every one of us. I just became a spiritualist. Doesn't mean that other part of me dies away. Okay? So, onwards and upwards. Krispy Kreme brings back Big Red Donuts.
Wait, what?
Yup. Remember the soda Big Red?
Yes.
These are Big Red filled cream donuts.
That's gross.
I brought this up. Spanky, I love you to death. I always try to bring up something different for you. So here's your story, Spanky. Your Sunday morning is now going to get a whole lot better. Big Red, the Texas soft drink. Catch that, Texas? It's your soft drink, Big Red. Is teaming up with Krispy Kreme donuts for the summer. And we are here for it. Debuted at the Barbacoa and Big Red Festival, the Big Red Donut is back just in time for Father's Day. So yes, this article is a couple weeks old, but I felt it was necessary to put it out there for your public announcement. The sweet soda, which is considered a variety of cream soda, was created way back in 1937 by Grover C. Thompson and R.H. Roque in Waco, Texas. Some say the soda tastes like bubblegum, but the soda gets its characteristic flavor by mixing orange and lemon oils with vanilla. Sounds like the perfect flavor for a donut.
No, it does not.
And yet there's more. For those of you that don't necessarily want a donut, there is now a Big Red cake. And there is an actual recipe out there for it.
Actually, it's funny you say that. There are many recipes out there. Are cake recipes out there that you can mix soda and cake batter. Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah.
Cake mixes to get different style of cakes and shit. Yeah. Like there's a whole. I forget the website. It's probably like on. What's that fucking thing? The Pinterest thing? Is that what it is? Pinterest, where it's got all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah.
Things you can do at home. Yeah. So I think it might have been on the Pinterest thing I saw. So you take like a different can of, a certain kind of soda can or a certain kind of soda, and you mix it with a certain kind of cake mix thing.
Now you got me thinking about cake.
Cake is delicious.
You know,
dude, I am craving some fucking. So I'm doing this thing, and so I've cut out like sweets and fucking carbs galore.
You and me both.
So I'm on a 30-day thing. I'm halfway through so far.
How you holding up?
Like, huh?
How you holding up with it?
Pretty good, actually. I'm actually not doing too bad. But we'll see. But 30 days is the goal. At 30 days, I can have like donuts and some treats and shit. I'm looking forward to.
You know, I do this.
Like carrot cake.
I'm going to give away a part of my life here. In my military life, I had actually been a bodybuilder and then a power lifter. And I was competitive. I actually, for bodybuilding, had to go through those neat, fun diets where you cut out so much stuff. And I can tell you right now, when you go back to those sweets, they're going to be thick. And they're going to, you're almost going to taste the grease in them.
Yeah, so I've cut out soda many times before. So I can't drink like cola based sodas anymore.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Pepper. Like I used to love Dr. Pepper and root beer.
Yeah.
Can't do it anymore because it's just too much. Like the most the soda I drink anymore is like ginger ale.
Right.
And that's like it.
No, I get that. I'm right there with you. I have to. I pick my battles. Now I'll give away some of my health issues. I actually have a thyroid problem. And a pituitary gland problem. I could get into the gist of it, but I'm not going to. But the long story short, I was all the way up to 250 pounds at one point. Okay? Got on the right medication. Got all my levels leveled out. And I've been dropping weight. I'm now down to like 205. And I've probably got another... I think I'm going to go another 15 pounds.
Yeah.
But, you know, doing the protein diet, if you do it right, and you have to be careful. See, with you, I can do it a little bit longer because I have the supplements for it so that I actually cover, since I'm not eating green vegetables because a lot of vegetables actually are starchy.
Oh, see, I have vegetables in there, so...
See,
like spinach and celery mostly.
Yeah, see, I actually have supplements that actually give me more than what vegetables give me. So
no, there you go. You're fine then.
Yeah. So I've been dropped down. I bounced up 5 pounds. I was down to 200. I'm up to 205, and I'm going for another push down. Hopefully, I'll get down to 195, take a break, and then I'll get down to 200. Because I want to look good for Hawaii.
Yeah. So, if you don't know, if you haven't been, Hawaii's overrated.
I've been to Hawaii.
Oh, see, you know that it's overrated.
Yes, but the place I'm going to isn't.
Oh God.
Well, it's not see, with me, it's not about going and seeing all these places. It's about going somewhere quiet. It's about going somewhere that. For my wife, it's somewhere near the ocean.
Ugh, the ocean sucks.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to say that, but my wife loves the ocean. So we're going to go somewhere where she can see the ocean. And it's 75 yards out from our front porch.
You are on the left coast. You have ocean.
No, I don't. I don't live on the coast.
No, but you can drive to it.
And that would mean I would have to put up with the other side of the state. No, thank you.
Again, you are on the left coast. You are near ocean.
Actually, normally we do go there, but this is our anniversary. It's 1 year delayed, but it's our 10-year anniversary delayed by 1 year. I promised her I would go last year. The problem is there was some things that came up, so we said we'd go this year. This is our 10-year anniversary, 1 year delayed.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to a place that we both like. It's quiet. It's a 2-bedroom cabin with fully furnished, including pots, pans, and Wi-Fi. And the ocean is 75 yards out from the front porch, or the back porch, excuse me. And there's nothing in between but sand.
Again, you know what else is quiet? A dungeon.
Yeah, you're gonna take your jabs at Minx on this. Go for it.
I'm just saying. Oh, shit. Whatever.
No, the problem is if you're doing it right, dungeons ain't quiet either.
No. Just saying. Yes.
But no, and sometime I will bring up the public announcements for remember to disconnect people. Camping is good. Taking vacations. I've even told people if you're married and you sit there and say you can't afford a vacation or you don't have time, take one weekend. Go to some motel that has a pool and just go stay there. Why? Because it's away from the house. It's away from your routine. You're more inclined to put your smartphones down. And you can sit in the pool and hold hands with your loved one. Public announcement for this hour. Mm-hmm. All right. Staycations aren't that bad. Also, you're right, Cause. Staycation for me, since I have my RV, means I'm 30 miles out of town. I'm not that far away. I can get back in if I'm needed. But at the same time, I'm disconnected enough and I'm in the countryside so I can sit there and say, yep, I'm in the country and I can walk on a trail. I know, campy, silly, but it works. Got to fool yourself somehow and you got to disconnect. Don't forget that word, disconnect from things. Biggest piece of advice I give out, so often people forget it. So, onwards and upwards to our next story, and you're the reader of this one.
Oh shit! No, hold on. Oh, red cake. There it is. Okay, red cake. Gross. Anyway,
No, Joe, I do not live in California.
No, he is not that well. It's still left coast, but he's not that bad.
Not that bad at all.
Internet shut down across Algeria to stop pupils cheating in exams. To stop pupils cheating in Algeria, the government has taken the extreme measure of cutting internet across the whole of the country during exam time. Mobile and web connections were stopped for 2 hours on Wednesday to coincide with the start of 2 high school diploma tests. The blackouts are expected to continue for the duration of the exam period, which runs until Monday, following a crackdown by officials. The 2016 exam season was marred by widespread cheating, with questions published on social media before or at the start of tests. Last year, authorities asked operators to shut down access to social media. Mobile phones and tablets with internet access have now been banned at more than 2,000 exam centers to stop cheating among more than 700,000 students.
Wow.
Metal detectors have been placed at the entrances, while phone jamming technology and CCTV have been installed at sites where exam papers are printed. Internet provider Algeria Telecom said web services were cut in compliance with instruction from the government aimed at ensuring the high school diploma tests run smoothly.
Wow. And I thought, can you imagine if our government tried to pull that?
Oh, there'd be an uproar.
Oh, you would hear an uprising. You're cutting off the internet. Government control. Government control.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it would.
700,000 kids, 200 testing site or 2,000 testing sites. Wow.
But here's the thing: is cheating an issue here in the U.S.?
You know,
with those kinds of tests. I mean, so I would think those, not because diplomas here are based on grades and credits earned during high school.
Yes.
The tests I would be concerned with people cheating on are things like high school students, mind you, are ACTs and the SATs and ACTs.
Well, here's where I'm going to drop a little bit of socialist knowledge. A lot of socialist countries have major tests in certain grades. These tests actually determine your life. In Germany, 6th or 7th grade is your first major test. And at that point, that's where they start determining what you're going to do the rest of your life. What the government's willing to pay for as far as trade school or college. And since we know that Algeria is socialist, we can then determine that probably that's one of their major tests.
Mm-hmm. Well, it says it's for graduating high school. Holy shit.
Yeah. But that's just it. Is in Germany, you go all the way through high school. Everybody goes the same, but they start. Only certain classes then are the same for everybody. Then other classes are geared towards where you're going to be going. It starts out. I knew some German kids, and they started out when they took that test. One, she qualified for college and into the medical field. Another one basically said manual labor.
Wow.
Yeah. And I don't know about you. Okay, here's history of me. I was ADHD, if you can't tell. I was ADHD as a kid. ADHDs do not test well, especially when they're young. Okay, I wasn't able to overcome my ADHD enough to take a test until I was around 20 or 21. Up until then, I could barely get above retardation on my IQ test. Imagine how that would have rated me.
Yeah. So, Cos brings up an interesting point, and I agree with it because everybody can't be engineers. Society needs construction workers and other manual laborers.
I agree with you 100%, Cos.
So here's my point on that is you're going to start to see this shift in who's really demanding the money. Okay, there's all these, you get these people get these degrees and whatnot, and they think it's the end all be all to have a degree, a bachelor's, a master's, or a doctorate. And for some fields those degrees are required. Okay, however, you don't need to go to a four-year institution to get a trade that pays excellent.
Yep.
And I really think the shift is going to happen where plumbers, mechanics, welders, construction workers, guys that build your house are going to start being able to demand a better wage and a more of a wage because those trades are becoming smaller. And harder to fill and harder to find those individuals who are smart in those items. So you think $100 an hour for labor at a current mechanic shop is expensive now?
Oh, no.
Wait until those trades start to become less and less, and there are fewer of them happening.
And that's actually starting to show up. And Joe, thank you. I'm glad to hear. Joe says, I'm living in Argentina right now, and every university doesn't even have an entrance exam. They require every student to attend their first year is all the same to get everyone on the same level. And this country has free university even for foreigners. The thing that they normally do after that first year is they go by your grades as to what happens next. At least that's my experience. You may be able to tell me differently. Yeah, anyone can come here and become a doctor for free as long as you speak Spanish. It's crazy. Well, and I can understand. My problem is, and I agree with Cause, and I agree with Great Cloud. People need to get away from stop stressing universities. Mechanics are already shortage. Believe it or not, you wouldn't believe how much money you can make as a truck driver. Okay.
Truck drivers start at anywhere between 70 and 80 grand.
Oh, that's if you work for a company, and it's their truck, their insurance, they pay all the extra stuff, their maintenance, everything. You're just paying for your time. That's it. If you do it what they call independent, you can make $300,000 or more. You just have to be business smart to put aside money for maintenance of your truck, your insurance, things of that nature.
Yep.
I was actually thinking about doing that.
Right. And we had just FYI, Minx and I had a guest on that was veteran owned and operated and running his own trucking business.
Yeah, I remember that one. And he talked about that. And that was really good information. It's things to think about like that. College, I look at it this way. And I'm going to give two examples for a reason. Excuse me. Like I said, I hack. The first example I'm going to give is I saw an interview on TV with this one girl one time. And they were talking about how college is great. She said, I got my diploma. I'm so happy. And they say, do you have a job lined up? No, I don't. What's your degree in? Business. So what do you plan to use it for? I don't know, businessy things?
Businessy things, that's awesome.
And I went, and the thing is, counselors will tell you to go for general degrees. Not realizing general degrees means you better have an idea of what you want to apply it for. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, it's a piece of paper not even good enough to wipe your butt with. The second thing is, you really need to see what holds your interest. Because if it doesn't hold your interest, I'm not saying you have to go out and get the end-all be-all job, because sometimes you have to find what you want. So you go do a job you know you can do. It may not be your favorite job. It may not be the job you want to do for the rest of your life.
Right.
But a job that will get you paid and that you won't go deep in debt for. The trades, a lot of them are cheap to get into.
Yep. And usually they're only 18-month programs.
Exactly. So once you're done, you get into it, and then a couple years you say, you know what? I'd love to do this. Then you're making the money, and you don't need to take out that student loan.
Yep.
And you can go do it and do it after work or on the weekends. They've got so many programs out there for the working person.
Yep.
That's the smarter thing to do. And that's the advice I give a lot of people. Go ahead.
I was going to say, because I know, so when I was in high school, growing up in northern Colorado, and being an ag kid, one of the trade schools that come in all the time is Tech.
Yeah.
Okay. A very respected trade school in the area. So they come down, they do their pitch, and the thing I remember is that not only would they teach you this trade and this craft on the basics of working on doing auto mechanics. However, they would also teach you, or they also set you up for success. So to go to WyoTech, you got to have your own tool. You got to have tools and whatnot. So what did? They have, and I know they got kickbacks for it, but they had a deal with like Snap-on and or Craftsman, to where the kids would get as a part of their tuition every fucking tool they would need. Would get rolled in, right? And then they leave there they graduate and they're certified, they're ASE certified mechanics and all this other stuff. They leave there with everything they need to go out and land a job as a mechanic somewhere.
And you're exactly right. A lot of the trade schools set you up for success, and even one of the classes you actually take is a resume class. A lot of the colleges, the community colleges, that's what they actually have. Is one of the requirements is a resume class. So it's good stuff to think about, and something that I wanted to throw out there. I see we have time for one more story, and this one is mine. I'll do it since I am the cat lover.
Hooray for cats.
And Achilles, the psychic cat, predicts Russia will win in the World Cup opening match. I know it's already done, but hey, now we know if Achilles was right or wrong. An official oracle has spoken, or eaten technically, and predicted victory for Russia. That was the news from St. Petersburg Wednesday from Achilles. The cat picked Russia to win the opening match of the World Cup on Thursday in a game against Saudi Arabia. And what they actually did is they set up 2 bowls of the same food. And they put Achilles in between them. And they put signs with little colors of the teams on the bowls. And then Achilles went to which one ever, and that he went to Russia. I guess he has the feline forecast chose wisely because the host nation wound up winning 5-0. That answers the question.
Yeah, that's a beatdown in soccer if you don't know.
Yeah, right?
That's a fucking beatdown.
I forget. I looked in. I guess I skipped part of it when I copied it over. But I guess he's been doing this for like 3 years and predicted every time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a reason I actually put the article out there. See, cats have intuition.
Yeah. Ooh.
And when we say women are catty, what are we really calling them? Just some food for thought. I had to put it out there. Being that I'm a cat person and that we had a dog driving a car, why not a cat being a psychic? Okay, well, I guess at this point it is getting late, and I think we need to start thinking about closing it up for the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not we don't have, I can tell you right now, we don't have any scheduled that I know of upcoming speakers or what's the word I'm looking for?
Guests.
Yes,
dude.
there you go.
Yes.
Any upcoming guests. So, check in with us, enjoy our talk, enjoy the banter back and forth, and I'll let you do the house cleaning of the week.
House cleaning. No, housekeeping, my
All right,
friend.
housekeeping.
Right, Nation. As you know, we have a show almost every night of the week. I'll start off with tonight, and this is Kicking It With Cause, and that show is usually hosted by Cause and Owl, but I am joining tonight the lovely Greg Cloud, because I am awesome to help out. And then we roll into Monday, and that's the Monday edition with Ice and Flash, and they're usually covering all current events and anything that might have happened over the weekend that they missed on tonight. Then we roll into Tuesday, and that's me and my lovely co-host Minx, and we cover current events, some politics, and sometimes we get a little left of the boom there.
Make sure to bring up that whole fetish story.
Yeah, no, it was covered tonight. I think we're good. Then Wednesdays are Donza. We're not broadcasting, but you can usually catch us out playing Xbox or something like that. Or you can check out our gaming station, WTF Nation Gaming. Then Thursday, it's Sergeant's Times with Ice and guys from the main page, and they are covering all things that are affecting active duty. There's some exciting stuff coming, so stay tuned for Sergeant's Time. And then we roll into Friday night. It's Friday Night Freedom, and that's Minx and Pookie. And again, they cover current events. They get a little outside the box, so that one's always worth tuning into. And then Saturday, it's Saturday Night Savagery, and that's with Jay Reddy and Pookie, and they are always talking about weird shit. Like the man from Florida, I think that should have been their article with the selling the golden tickets to heaven.
It was right up their alley.
Would have been right up their alley for that show. Holy shit. But yeah, all I can say, Nation, is tune in to Saturday night because that's all them. And then we roll right back in here to Sundays for Kicking It With Kaz. So that's our lineup, Nation. Tune in to us. Oh, and all our shows are at 2000 Eastern Daylight Time currently. Give a big shout out to our partner over at War Horses for Veterans. And back to you.
And give another shout out for Veterans Radio, the terrestrial, and another partner of ours. And I'll tell you what, have a good week. Remember, 4th of July, keep everything watered down so you don't end up with fires. Remember to smile. Remember to disconnect. And you know what? Remember that you are a good person and you have the right to be happy. Because you just do. You got any advice for the week?
Nation, just enjoy your week and relax.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. Shots.
Shots.